10 NBA players caught cheating.
Yeah, this guy tried to block a shot with a shoe. That's definitely cheating.
Back down when he hit.
All for you today. Before we do that, make sure you're actually trying to beat your opponents in performance enhancement.
This is the top 10 biggest cheating scandals caught on NBA players on the court and off the court. Number 1. Terrence Williams pleads guilty in fraud case. Prosecutors accused Terrence Williams, who played for the New Jersey Nets and Houston Rockets, of orchestrating the fraud. They said the athlete received kickbacks totaling $230,000. Glen "Big Baby" Davis, who was a member of the Boston Celtics team that won the 2008 NBA championship, and Tony Allen were also charged in the scheme that is believed to have taken place at least from 2017 to last year. According to the indictment, the defendants misled the NBA's athlete health and welfare plan by submitting false claims for medical and dental services that had not been performed. Prosecutors for the Southern District of New York, SDNY, say Williams recruited other athletes into the scheme by offering them fake bills to cheat health records. Prosecutor Audrey Strauss told reporters that Williams was the crux of the scheme, adding that the man tried to threaten an athlete not to pay him back by posing as an employee from an insurance plan to inquire. Number 2. Draymond Green sneaks into the Pelicans huddle in Game 5. It might be a closeout game for the Golden State Warriors, but All-Star Draymond Green is still having a great time. With his team leading 3-1 in the series, Green decided to have a bit of fun in Game 5 against the New Orleans Pelicans. During an exceptional personal performance from him as well, Green decided to swing by his opponent's huddle. That's pretty much Draymond at his finest there. And it's not the slightest bit surprising. The Warriors held on after a late surge from the Pelicans to win the game and advance to the Western Conference Finals, where they'll face the Houston Rockets. Green specifically had an incredible game, finishing with 19 points, 14 rebounds, 9 assists, 3 steals, and 2 blocks. Number 3. Deandre Ayton's suspension for a banned substance. Deandre Ayton, the number 1 overall pick in the 2018 NBA draft, has been suspended 25 games after testing positive for a banned substance, the NBA has announced. The Phoenix Suns center was caught using a diuretic, which violates the NBPA's anti-drug policy. He is appealing the suspension. So what is a diuretic, and why would an athlete take it? Diuretics increase the rate of urine flow to adjust the volume and composition of bodily fluids. A person would take a diuretic for 2 main reasons: A, to rapidly lose weight, or B, to mask something else they're taking. Diuretics have been abused by athletes for both reasons and can be found on the World Anti-Doping Agency's WADA list of prohibited substances. The suspension is a major blow to the Suns, who have been in the basement of the Western Conference the last 4 seasons and were hoping to take a jump up the standings this year behind the development of Ayton. Phoenix won its first game of the season earlier this week, defeating the Sacramento Kings behind an impressive performance from Ayton, who finished with 18 points, 11 rebounds, and 4 blocks. Number 4. Jared Dudley steals a jump ball from Bynum. Suns forward Jared Dudley is really something else. The self-described man with no hops rose to block Lakers 7-footer Andrew Bynum thanks to impeccable timing. And then on the ensuing jump ball, Dudley spun around to steal Bynum's tap. An illegal move, but one that seems to confuse the refs more than anything. "How about that jump ball?" Dudley asked reporters. "Sneak that. Has anyone ever done that before? I know it's illegal, but has anyone ever successfully done that?" I can't answer that one definitively, but I do know that Dudley scored a career high, trying 19 points to make this 6th game of 17 or more points this season, after only scoring that much 3 times his entire career previously. He's now 9 for 13 from 3, 69.2%, since LB returned 3 games ago, and he's shooting a league best and franchise record 50.9% from behind the arc. Dudley also knows how much this game is meant to Suns fans. If you ask any of the Phoenix Suns, if you ask them what win they want the most, it would be LA. And I'm glad we gave it to them, Dudley said. Number 5. Hornets get 4 points from Cavaliers' Ed Davis, interfering with a shot. As much as I loathe bench players and coaches crowding the court, Cavaliers backup Ed Davis found a way on the sympathetic end of getting called for interference from the sideline. During a Hornets fourth quarter possession last night, the ball went out of bounds. A whistle blew again. Mason Plumlee passed to Terry Rozier. Rozier dribbled. Finally, Rozier missed a practice shot from beyond the arc. But from the bench area, Davis tapped Rozier during the release. The cost? Cleveland 4 points. Officials credited Rozier with the 3 points that rimmed out and called a technical foul on Davis. Rozier made the technical free throw. The NBA casebook has covered this scenario. Player A1 attempts a 3-point field goal directly in front of Team B's bench. A coach/player/trainer of Team B, who is seated on the bench, makes physical contact with player A1. An unsportsmanlike conduct technical foul shall be called. If the field goal attempt is unsuccessful, 3 points shall be awarded to player A1. Following the free throw attempt, the ball shall be awarded to Team B on the baseline. Number 6. Dwight Howard uses stickum. The NBA has decided not to discipline Houston Rockets center Dwight Howard after it was discovered he sprayed stickum on his hands during the team's 109-97 loss to the Atlanta Hawks on March the 19th. Stickum is a sticky substance athletes in some sports can legally use for a better grip on the ball. Although the use of stickum is illegal in basketball, the NBA decided not to reprimand the center, even after he admitted he's been using the substance for some time. "I've never felt the ball like that ever," Millsap told the Atlanta Journal-Constitution's Chris Vivelamore. "It was sticky. It was like super glue or something was on there. I couldn't get it off my hands. It was the weirdest thing ever. I've been using it for the last 5 years," Howard told reporters after the game, according to Fegan. "It hasn't been a problem. I don't know why people are making a big deal out of it. I do it every game. It's not a big deal. I ain't even tripping." Number 7. Wilson Chandler caught on ipamrolin. The Brooklyn Nets forward had to pay the price for using a banned substance in the NBA. Brooklyn Nets forward Wilson Chandler has been suspended 25 games without pay for violating the terms of the NBA's anti-drug program by testing positive for ipamrolin, the league announced Thursday. "During my injury rehab process, before I signed with the Nets, I have prescribed a treatment that included small doses of a substance recently added to the NBA's prohibited substance list. I did not realize this substance was banned, and neither did the doctor. I accept responsibility and apologize to my Nets teammates, coaches, front office, and fans for this mistake. I will continue to work hard to prepare for the upcoming season." This is the first suspension for Chandler. The 32-year-old has 12 years of service in the NBA. Number 8. Knicks' Joakim Noah suspended for failing a doping test. The Knicks' Joakim Noah became one of the rare prominent NBA players to be suspended under the league's policy on performance-enhancing drugs, when the league announced Saturday that he would serve a 20-game penalty. Noah, a two-time All-Star who won 2 consecutive NCAA titles at the University of Florida, tested positive for a substance that the United States Anti-Doping Agency described as a therapeutic compound, known to have properties similar to those of anabolic steroids. USADA also describes the substance, the selective androgen receptor modulator LGD 4033, as having fewer side effects than steroids. The substance that appeared in Noah's test will still be banned, but a player will be allowed to contest a punishment if, despite due diligence, he could not have known that he was using a forbidden substance. Number 9. Kyle Kuzma is furious at the no call on a deflected pass from the Nets assistant. In 2022, Brooklyn Nets assistant coach David Vanterpool deflected a pass during the fourth quarter of Wednesday night's game against the Wizards, which Washington ultimately lost by 1 point. Every possession counts during a close game in the NBA, and the Wizards were trying to overturn an 11-point deficit to the Nets. Vanderpool caused a turnover by reaching to the court and deflecting a pass. Spencer Dinwiddie was passing the ball to Kyle Kuzma in the corner when Vanderpool reached out his arm to deflect the pass, forcing the ball to go out of bounds. The Nets, who were up 109 to 103 at the time of Vanderpool's interference, got a turnover on the play and won the game 119 to 118. After the game, Kuzma called the decision, or lack thereof, horse beep. Number 10. 76ers tried to play with 6 on the court versus the Bulls. The Philadelphia 76ers thought they could get away with it. If only it wasn't for the referees and, well, everyone watching. Late in the first quarter in Philadelphia in 2020, the Sixers tried to slide one by the Chicago Bulls and play 6-on-5. For a second, it worked. Furkan Korkmaz drained a three-pointer from the corner to extend their early lead, 22-18, and few were the wiser. But confusion quickly set in, with the Bulls head coach, Jim Boylan, at half-court yelling at the refs and Doris Burke noting the odd substitutions. The Bulls' Luke Cornett was also jumping under the basket trying to get attention. When it was all ironed out, the Sixers were assessed a technical for having 6 players on the court. Korkmaz's shot was also taken off the board. The ESPN announcers worked through the oddity and found that 3 Sixers were at the scorer's table to sub in, but only 2 came out. Sometimes counting is hard. This is all for today, guys. Please make sure you hit the like and subscribe button down below to watch more content on the channel.